Assault and batteries, but my trunks, they ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Alright, this video is, it's the last one before the big trip. Literally less than 24 hours until myself and the rest of the Canadian clique leave for New Orleans. I'm about 85% done my packing, and I'm pretty much here to do a video that I promised you guys a couple days ago, where if anyone had questions about, you know, the trip, access, Wrestlemania, anything, I would address it. And surprisingly, you know, this is a first. People actually took that tweet seriously, and they sent me valid questions. Normally, when the Q&A gets put out there, it's just a whole lot of stupidity from you guys. But no, there was fairly decent questions. But before I get to that, it's crazy that 2 years ago was the last time I went to Wrestlemania, and you know, unfortunately, last year didn't work out for me. But I guess people have their traditions of what they do before the actual trip starts. And a lot of them go back and they watch the old vlogs. And for me, I've never watched back any of my previous WrestleManias until this year. People would send me clips here and there and they say, do you remember this or this? I remember everything for the most part. But until this year, I didn't even watch all of them. I watched WrestleMania 32 and 31 and 30 as well. Yeah, so I watched three of them. But it was crazy, like, to go back and watch it. And to be honest, I was one hell of annoying little. I was pretty damn annoying back then. Let's just say that. And just to see how much things have changed over the years is crazy. And I know everyone looks forward to the WrestleMania vlogs every year, so I'm gonna try my best to make the best possible product for you guys. I was talking to my lunch lady today. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. She asked what I'm doing, you know, next week or like this week. Told her I'm going to Wrestlemania. I'm going to New Orleans, and I'm meeting up with a bunch of people pretty much from the internet, and she was quite shocked, to say the least. She couldn't grasp the concept that A, I make YouTube videos, 2, I fly from city to city once a year just to, like, meet up with a bunch of people, go to shows, and have a good time. And I showed her a couple vlogs, and I showed her a couple other people's vlogs and what we do. And she said, I've known you since I was in high school, really. She's known me for over 10 years. She's never would have imagined. But anyways, let's get started on this video. First question, people want to know about the bag policies at Access, and I know because of everything that's going on in the States, they're very, very particular on what bags you can bring. Because everyone's going to go to the Superstore. The bags that they sell there, like when you buy something, the clear white bags, you're allowed bringing those anywhere you go. So my best thing is go there, ask for a bag, and there's your free WrestleMania acceptable bag. If you don't want to do that, I know Amazon has clear white, like, see-through drawstring bags, and you can easily just buy one of those. But I would imagine with the trip being like less than a day away for some people, it's probably too late for that. Next question is about permanent markers. For posters, this is specifically, a lot of people, like, I don't think it really matters. I know there's the new ink, like the really wet ink that you put on. It's almost like paint. That may be a bad idea because it's just going to drip off. Just a regular Sharpie, I think people overthink the whole Sharpie situation, but I just literally give them this, and it turns out fine. Next person asks, I'm meeting Finn Balor, but the Bella Twins are also signing during the same session. Is it possible for me to meet them both with no extra charge? Yes, it is actually possible. But the only thing is you have to have your timing well set. If you're guaranteed to meet Finn Balor, I would definitely go meet the Bella Twins first, and then once you see that Finn Balor line starting to get down a little bit, then just jump in, because he's literally there until everyone who has that Finn Balor wristband, until they pretty much meet him. So that's what I do. I pretty much meet any wrestler I want to meet beforehand, and as soon as there's probably 20-30 people left in line, that's when I jump in. One person asks about transportation, and for me, my hotel is literally based in the middle of everything that's going on. It's not more than a 10-minute walk from Access, from the Superdome, from WrestleCon. So you really have to just Google Maps how far it is. If it's within 10 minutes, I feel like you should just walk everywhere, save your money instead of Ubering, or if you're gonna rent a car, do that. But for the most part, I think WWE and the hotel situation are all within a proper walking limit. But if you are staying in the suburbs, like outside of New Orleans, I guess Uber would be the best. I don't know how the bus systems work over there. I'm not from New Orleans, obviously, but I think a lot of tourists, especially now in 2018, Uber is the most cheapest and easiest thing to really do. One person asked about GA tickets, about Access. It's $50, and do I still get to meet any wrestler I want? You can meet any wrestler within that time. I guess it's a 4-hour Access session. You can't meet the VIP because those are the ones you need wristbands for, but anyone you can squeeze out in about 4 hours, that are signing in that session. That's pretty much what the general admission access tickets cover. One person says it's their first WrestleMania, and what are the odds of someone selling a VIP ticket on the street? That is incredibly possible. I think a lot of people, especially this year, banked on the tickets being really high, but for some reason there were tickets available all the way up until literally today. If there are people who are kind of in a panic mode, they want to get rid of it, myself being one of those people, I had an extra Daniel Bryan and a Randy Orton. If they're able to sell it beforehand, they'll do that. But just like me, actually 4 years ago in New Orleans, I met Batista and John Cena the same day because there was a guy who was in a panic mode, and he literally sold me a John Cena ticket right at the door, and he wanted $150 for it, and I brought it down to $120. So I definitely, like, 100% you will find probably someone selling their stuff on the streets. One person asked about photo ops at Access, and usually for the most part they have the security there to take pictures there for you, but sometimes they're rushed and they'll say no pictures, and literally what I do is I have my camera ready, and the wrestlers won't say no to you. It's the security who are like a bunch of idiots. So you literally have your camera ready in selfie mode. As soon as they're signing it or doing whatever, you literally just kind of, and then they'll just smile. It takes a second. So the security guard may yell at you, but it takes like a second, you'll just be out of there. So be ready with your camera is the best advice I have, because no one likes it, obviously, when you hold up the line, and or when you talk to like a wrestler for too long. They have like an hour or so, maybe two, so they try squeezing everyone out as fast as possible, but then you always have that one person who wants to go through like their whole life story. Just get your stuff signed and let everyone else have their turn. This person asks, this is the last question, any tips for WrestleMania belts? I'll actually show you guys. Let's just turn this around. Show you guys how my packing's going. See if anyone. So this is what I have so far. This belt over here is a Smoking Skull belt. It's the Ultra Deluxe, so about 25 pounds. And the other one, this is the advice I guess I can give you, is put it in the case and just put it right around the front with the straps going to each side. See the straps here, and the next strap kind of comes along there. This way, obviously, you have the actual front of the belt facing the inside and the back of it facing this, because they literally just throw the belts like they're your suitcase. They throw it around when transporting it. So the last thing you want to do is break the plates by having it on the outside. That's why you put it on the inside. And other tips, I guess, if you're taking figures, I don't have so much of this year. I'm trying to save room. But even wrapping it around shirts and stuff, but having at least one figure with the bubble wrap around it, it'll really make a big difference. And then shoes, I always keep on the outside, here and there. That's just another little barrier in case something breaks. But that's pretty much it. I have figures pretty much wrapped in t-shirts. Like I got one in here, and I have another one in here somewhere. So that's pretty much it. You just gotta make sure you gotta pack smart. Do it as if you were to throw something around, and if you think something might break, if something might get crushed, just move stuff around. It's all about how you place stuff in there. But for the belts, definitely I would recommend putting it here with the straps going out to each side. Saves room, and it's probably a lot more safer than having it flat. And then figures, I have a 2-pack wrapped in bubble wrap. Other ones wrapped in t-shirts, but I have the bubble wrap on top in case anything, in case it gets smushed. All right, I know this video has been a little bit long, but the last thing I wanted to talk about was the WrestleMania videos, which I'll be uploading pretty much the day after I come back. Kind of crazy. I come back on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. All 3 days I have training for my new job, so it's like literally I come back and it's just like right back into like the shithole. So I'm really gonna enjoy this trip for as everything as I possibly can. Those are gonna be the WrestleMania vlogs, and then Twitter and Facebook and Instagram are the 3 major social medias that I use during WrestleMania. Facebook's mostly just to post like the pictures with the VIP, but Instagram and Twitter is pretty much everything else. So if you don't, follow me on that, and obviously it's down here. And that's pretty much it. I don't use Snapchat anymore. I know that's like the cool thing to like use if you're like 18 or under, but I don't use Snapchat anymore. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you see me, say hi. I know a lot of you guys are going to be in a lot of the same places I'm going to be, so I'm here. Just say hi, sign a couple pictures, take pictures, sign pictures, whatever. Kiss some babies. Done it before. But yeah, that's pretty much it. and I hope everyone who's going has a safe flight. Enjoy your time, and I'll see you guys in New Orleans.